Welcome everyone to Should You Take That Case Expert Witness Edition. Usually, the goal of our show is to be a resource for legal professionals who pursue medical cases by sharing their experiences and insights with attorneys as our guests. But today, it's all about experts and expert witnesses, a very vital part of your litigation team. I am your host, Lisa Wade, legal nurse consultant, owner of Wade Nurse Consultants. And today, our guest is going to be Teresa Drass, legal nurse consultant. But before we bring Terry out, I'm going to encourage anybody that's catching us live or on the replay to chime into the comment section. Give us an A if you are an attorney, a P if you're a paralegal, but drop an E in there if you are another expert witness. We'd love to see you and say hello. And I want to thank everyone who is taking time out of their very busy days to be with us on our show. Now it is time to bring out our guest, Teresa Drass. And here she is. Hey, Teresa.
Hi, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's wonderful to have you here. I just want to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to the people. Tell us who you are and where you're from.
My name is Teresa Drass, but I go by Terry. I am out of Delaware County, Pennsylvania. I live 17 minutes from the Philadelphia airport, easy for travel. And my specialty is psychiatric nursing, inclusive of acute psych, forensic psych, substance use disorder treatment, and the administration thereof.
Oh, well, great. Well, tell us a little bit, Terry, about your education, your credentials. Share it all with us today.
Okay. Well, let me start with that. So, forever, my dad wanted me to be a lawyer because I was a good arguer and I dissected every piece of information that was given to me. My mother and everybody that surrounded her had always wanted to be a nurse. None of them did it. And so they were louder and stronger in persuading me to become a nurse. I became a nurse's aide in 1988 and then went to nursing school and graduated as a nurse in 1995. I practiced in administration for 20 years, but throughout my entire career, I've focused on behavioral health nursing. Um, I'm a transformational leader. I came by that during my MHS studies. I mean uh, my master's in nursing studies. I focused on transformational leadership in a recovery oriented care, which is the current paradigm of care delivery in the behavioral health arena. I am a certified psychiatric and mental health nurse. That happened in 1997. I became a nurse executive advanced in 2012. Both of those certifications are through the ANCC. In 2008, I sat for and achieved my national certification as a counselor, and I became a certified legal nurse consultant in July of 2022. I did that while I was isolated with COVID.
Oh boy, that sounds tough.
It was.
Oh, what,
It was tough, but because I was by myself, I was able to focus. I filled up an entire notebook full of the the curriculum for certified legal nurse consultant because I really liked it. and it allowed me to honor my father's wishes to get into the legal arena while being true to my vocation as a nurse.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Now tell us a little bit more, about you, if you want to share.
I'm a psych nurse. I want to share everything. I I grew up in a rural environment, in a, let's call it, hectic household. Being the eldest child, I assumed the role of establishing and portraying calm in my family. I adjusted my adulthood and intentionally learned how to evolve those things that started out as survival skills into personal and professional competencies and expertise. These things included reading a room, keeping things organized, remaining determined, paying attention to details, kind of making sure not everybody knew what I was thinking, instituting structure, understanding the needs and emotions of those around me, and staying productive at all times.
Mhm.
The origins of my civic outreach to and interaction with the community includes activities I participated in while constructing my master's thesis in human services, my first master's degree, and the my thesis was entitled "The Role of an Advocacy Group in Addressing Drug-Related Crime." Many of the people I grew up with um, struggled with addiction and mental illness. And the research that I did in this for my thesis and in establishing the advocacy resulted in my working with the Bucks County Council on Addiction and being appointed the founding co-chairwoman of Delaware County's PROACT, which is the Pennsylvania Recovery Organization Achieving Community Together, which is an advocacy and education group. I also delivered presentations in regard to the science of addiction in many forums, including the state conference of the Pennsylvania Recovery Organization Alliance, as well as the United States House of Representatives at one point. The Committee on Energy and Commerce held hearings entitled Oxycontin, Its Use and Abuse. Interestingly, that was in 2001, where we presented some of the trends leading us to think that Oxycontin and opioids might be dangerous in society. 22 years later, you know what happened. We were right.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, well,
uh,
that.
each of my two each of my two last jobs each lasted 10 years, so I remained persistent and I am very loyal.
Oh, well, that was certainly a deep, deep dive. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Now, tell us a little bit more about your niche and how do you brand yourself?
Um, so my education and skill set are grounded in the behavioral sciences and interpersonal relationships, and I coupled that with the executive healthcare administration at the organizational level, with my MSN and my certification as a nurse executive advanced. I have consistently acted not only as an enthusiastic and productive leader, but also as a trusted care provider, a liaison, and an advocate with patients, their families, the government, advocacy and industry agencies, and now with attorneys. My primary foundational objectives are developing and maintaining positive and productive relationships. I think that everything we do and everything we do successfully is centered around relationship, and I've done pretty well at staying transparent and trustworthy. My expertise is a little more enhanced as I've consistently focused on the state of the art industry trends, standards, and practices. I have embraced like I said, transformational leadership, which is dependent on the people around you trusting you to not only know what you're doing, but to know what you're doing in their to their advantage as well as to the patients. A lot of my professional work has been around catching the treatment environment up with what the evidence based and best practices are. That's included restraint reduction, that's included decreasing administrative discharges, um, and suicide prevention in a recovery oriented system of care as introduced by Dr. Arthur Evans. But that's another story. My initiatives promote service infrastructure development that is scientifically grounded and like I said, rooted in current evidence based practices. I'm pretty sure that my extensive clinical background make me compassionately and competently and credibly able to evaluate and advise about and analyze um, clinical strategies and documentation.
Well, you sound well rounded to say the least.
Thank you. Thank you very
Tell us,
much.
talk a little bit about your role as a certified legal nurse consultant.
Uh, I think that I've gotten additional credibility because two of the units that I supervised were specialized unit, and actually, each of the two are one of only two in the city of forensic psych unit. And by forensic, I mean very forensic. When they closed down the state hospitals, they opened two units where the forensically ill acute psychiatric patients could go. I oversaw one of those, and I oversaw a medically based addiction unit. As you know, with substance abuse comes endocarditis and wounds. I was able to supervise that. So, with those specialized skills, when I left my last position, the stars aligned in presenting me with the opportunity to complete the coursework and take the exam for this certification. Like I said, the stars aligned means I got COVID. Um, but it was something I had in my mind for a long time, so I was excited to do it. I believed that it was the logical next step and kind of destined for me. For over 25 years, I had demonstrated expertise in establishing, auditing, and improving sound medical record documentation. In fact, what got me off the floor and into administration was taking on a utilization review position, which made me very carefully detail medical records in order to ensure insurance compensation. So that's what got me into the medical record and knowing what really needed to be in there and why. I'm particularly adept at identifying and communicating the information that appropriately responds to the needs of the insurance company or the government or the staff, educating the staff about what needs to be in there. Um, I know I'm probably speaking very quickly now because I'm a little bit nervous, but in general, I'm able to communicate in a way that advocates for the best course of action in a given situation. I
Well,
believe I'm uniquely positioned to be versatile in supporting attorney clients because my background includes not only those clinical skills as a mental health nurse, but also hands on experience as an administrator who was responsible to study the standards of care and adapt them into policies that came under scrutiny again by all of those agencies. If there was a complaint, if there was a citation, if there was a lawsuit, it was me that they would come to go back into the medical record, explain what was in there, why it was in there, and what standard of care the policy met in order for the documentation to be there. Um, with the remarkable and overwhelming increase in violence and suicide and overdose and general angst in society today, there's an intensive need for and demand for, and a lot of recent legislation around, as you know, with the omnibus bill in 22, more and more and better access to trauma informed behavioral health treatment grounded in those evidence based practices that I spoke of before. So I imagine that there will be a greater increase for administrative behavioral health nurses who are certified as legal nurse consultants as well. My very first report that I prepared, the attorneys who read it, and there were three of them, made comments like, "I could see that you get it. I can't believe this is your first attempt. I'm definitely looking forward to working with you again." So, I really do think that this is something I can be good at, and that I feel good about.
Oh, well, it sounds like COVID helped you connect from all your vast experience, connect you to your new career.
It sounds like it did. Hopefully, it takes off more and more each day.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you've been with us today, Terry. It's been wonderful hearing all of your accomplishments, and I hope you'll come back again and talk to us again.
Anytime you make for a very hospitable environment. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, as we wind up for today, I'm thanking Terry again for coming and sharing all of her experience. And I invite all of you to tune in for another brand new episode of Should You Take That Case Expert Witness Edition. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.